What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hella Dank Podcast. Sorry we missed you last week. I was sick. The show didn't work out, obviously. I had a pretty high fever, and, it's going around. It's that time of year. But I'm here today just by myself. No Maddie, no guest. Just trying to fill in the spot, until our next episode, which hopefully we will have a guest. So this one will be short and sweet. This is just from me to you guys. I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, the state of the world right now is pretty, I guess it's always been chaotic and crazy, but I feel like it's it's definitely like prying on me, like I imagine it is to a lot of other people that may watch this show. And I feel like it's important that we can take a minute and just, with everything that's going on or whatever, just take a step back and then look at, I promised myself I would never talk like this on this show, but I really feel like it's kind of, I just feel like I have to say something. And so it's like, I feel like we all need to remind ourselves that we're all just people living on this planet, and I feel like we're all trying to do our best, trying to live, trying to have families, so on and so forth. And I feel like it could it's important to know that we're all in this together. And it's just with the divide in this country especially, and it's just in many other countries, but especially ours, it's just like, at what point is enough? And I most people, I feel like when I walk down the street and say hi to them, or if I go to a local bar or a restaurant, everyone's pretty chill. And it's just a micro example of what I feel like we need to try to maximize. And social media is, it's good and very bad in its different ways, but you know, I this recently it's just been like I've been trying to put my phone down a little bit whenever I can, because it's just too much sometimes, and I'm just like, how can I watch this stuff and think about this stuff and try to work a day-to-day job? And it's just like, I think it's important to put the phone down every once in a while and then just take a step back and enjoy the things in your immediate surroundings and the things that you like to do, to just kind of bring you back down and humble you to humanity. Um, I'm probably just going to go on a rant here, but I just wanted to remind everyone, like, hey, we're all friends for the most part, whether you're black, brown, white, or whatever, it's like, do we need to live in such a tough, like, environment for in social skills and stuff? It's like how much can we take, and how much do you want to take? Like, how much do you want to take in and manage and deal with and try to be a person? It's so much. So I don't know. Yeah, just say hi to some stranger or someone, and just like enjoy people and just try to be nice. And I feel life is so much better. I try to, and I feel like now, with the state of being, that's probably the only way out of this chaos. And whether it's on a societal scale or in your own mental space, just like trying to be loving and appreciative of people who maybe you probably don't agree with. Um, Obviously, there's boundaries, but it might be someone you are totally vehemently against, or whichever the case. And it's just like, again, remind yourself that we're all just people living here trying to exist. And their goals are probably just the same as yours, is to be successful and try to do things that can help them, move on in life, have kids maybe, or whatever. And so, you know, that's it's basically all I got for that. Just, appreciate people for people, and let's you know, again, sorry if this is not what you guys expected or whatever, but I just feel that this has been weighing on my mind lately, and I talked to my friends about it. Um, I know a lot of you guys, you watch and you actually listen, and whichever the case may be. And so I just want to let you know how I feel is let's just breathe a second and let's like just give each other like a hug, like whatever hippy dippy shit apply it. Like those guys weren't always wrong in the 70s or whichever. I'm just being stupid, but yeah, I think no matter, there's no side to pick. There's no this. I mean, yes, there's right and wrong, but right now it's just like let's just back the fuck off for a minute and just think about shit. And just, I mean, instead of maybe being despiseful of someone you might see every day, whether it's at work or whatever, because of their views or because of, whichever, unless they're a genuine piece of shit, then whatever. But if it's just for something like that, like maybe think like, okay, like that is a person who was a kid, had a childhood, grew up, and had parents and was loved and whatever the hell. And there might be days where you're just like, I can't stand this person, like fuck them, like I wish they weren't ever around. And it's just like, before you think about that thought, just kind of bring yourself back and just breathe and see where that gets you. That's all I got to say about that. Again, sorry about the late show. There will be one this next week coming up. We'll have Maddie in here and we'll have a guest. We'll get shit rolling on the, just what we do. So again, I apologize for the late episode. But yeah, just, my older brother was really good about telling me this, about think before you open your fucking mouth. And in like a realistic way, like, not like just being mean or whatever, but it's just, sometimes you might say shit that like maybe 10 minutes later you're just like, fuck, like I shouldn't have said that, which I do that shit all the time. I feel like maybe I've probably even done it on this show and I just haven't paid attention. But it's just about whether it's to a person or whatever, like let's just be happier. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in for my shortest episode ever at a whopping 8 minutes. Yeah, stay tuned. Also, I want to say happy birthday to Billy Og. He's been on the show. We smoked him a mean brisket. We had a good barbecue. Billy's a one of a kind dude, and that right there, like he, I hope he's okay with me talking about this, but he told me, he's just like, I don't really do shit for my birthdays. No one's ever really done much, and I was like, all right, well, we'll fucking do some, we'll smoke a 20-pound brisket that turned out pretty good. And, if you guys follow the Instagram, I'm sure you probably saw it, but it's fun when you have good people around. And he brought some of his friends that I never met before, and we're all just having a good time, drinking a beer, eating food, and it just, it made me joyful that I could help help my friend enjoy his birthday, but also just like having company like that. Like, I know a lot of you guys have known me from the past where it's like, oh, crazy parties or whatever. But what last weekend was with his birthday, it was like, it was just a genuine feel good moment of just people coming together and enjoying each other's company. And I think we can use more of that. So again, happy birthday, Billy. You are the man. I'm sure you'll be on soon, so we'll get to talk about it. But other than that, I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you all have a good week, and stay tuned. So this is from yours truly, Mr. Jack Sattler. I'll see you guys next time.